2 minutes to go, 2 minutes. Car right. Still there.
Hey guys, welcome back to another video and welcome to NEA Racing. In today's video, I'll be racing the Chevrolet Corvette Z06 GT3R in Silverstone. This is our first Class B official race on iRacing and is our first race for the new season. If you watched the previous video, I did a full debrief of what the entire season is going to be all about. We have two series, one versus AI and one versus actual iRacing users. The first AI race, or the first series of the AI race, is an exact replica of the official races that we'll be doing, which is the FANATEC GT3 challenge. And the goal for the FANATEC GT3 challenge is to go up in our ratings. We're now at 1.7 and the goal is to go up to 3K and also go up in our license from a Class B to a Class C. We're able to move from C to B in the last season, so the goal is to go from a Class B to a Class A in this season. If you watched the previous video, you know what the AI race is all about. Is for us to prepare ourselves for this race. So in this race, we're starting P2, driving the Z06. P1 is Diego, who is driving the Porsche. And in P3, we have Jared, who's driving the Audi. So the race is about to start. The safety car has gone in, and Diego is the lead of the pack and is acting as the safety car. Diego takes off, and we take off as well. And we're already under pressure from Jared and the Audi. Jared thinks better of it going into turn 1, and we maintain position in P2. Diego maintains his position in P1. Jared stays down in P3. So the positions in the start of the race remains as we head into turn 3. In this part of the race, the best thing to do is maintain your cool because the tires are cold, and if you go for any bold moves, you're most likely going to lose the car. So right now, in my head, all I'm thinking is just maintain a good pace, stay behind Diego, watch Diego, and see where he is good around the track and where I might be better, and see if that's where I'll capitalize making an overtake, or if it's clearly faster than me, then I'll just have to deal with settling for P2. We're headed towards turn 9 and we're still staying behind Diego, and it seems that we had a good exit and we're getting close to him, headed towards Mackett's and Beckett's. Jared is still behind us, about half a second behind us, and we're half a second behind Diego. So literally we have just under 1 second between P1 and P3.
Stick to the plan, don't be intimidated here.
Diego had a bad exit, so did we. We tried putting the pressure, like going on gas early, and at this point we just went out wide and we had the time penalty. So but with the good system in iRacing, or the new updated system with iRacing, is actually static, so you're not gaining more time and you're not slowing down. You can actually look for the best places you can slow down without losing so much time, which is what we did. We just coasted between turn 17 and turn 18, which saved us time. So now, because we made that mistake, we're under pressure from Jared. We lose the rear end, and now Jared is on our tail and he's getting close to us. Is he going to make the move? We go in the middle of the track to have a good defensive line, and Jared just thinks better of it, and we maintain P2 while Jared stays back in P3. Now we have to gather up and start chasing back Diego to see if we're able to maintain pace with Diego and make a move. So far so good. The entire pack seems to be clean. There's no accidents. If you look at the entire pack of the race, everyone seems to be having a clean race. So now we have to just compose ourselves, get back in rhythm, and start pushing. Still under pressure from Jared. Jared is just 2/10 behind us and is gaining and gaining and gaining, and already Diego is 1.6 seconds ahead of me. So at this point, I'm wondering if Diego has faster pace than me, and if I'm going to have to spend the whole of the race or the rest of the race defending. But I seem to have gained so much time in Diego going after exiting turn 17, and we're already 3/10 behind Diego after him being 1.6 seconds ahead of us. So there are definitely areas where we're faster than Diego, and we're just going to try to capitalize on those areas. Diego seems to be taking a wide line and then closes it right towards the end when we're heading to turn 6. So that's something I'm noticing as we're doing this race, and it's something I'm plan to capitalize on when I'm into the move.
15 minutes left.
We're gaining on Diego, coming to Maggots and Beckett's. So let's see if we can close in the gap going through Maggots and Beckett's. We're closing in on Diego as we're heading to turn 15. So close. We run wide again, but we don't go off track. That was close. We thought we were off track at that point, but we just stayed within the track limits. We lose the rear end, but we gain back control and just try to maintain composure. And every single time that I make a mistake or lose the rear end, Jared is right on my tail. So now I have to switch from attack to defense.
Your lap time was 2:02.13.
But at this point, we're not too worried about Jared making a move on us or attacking us, because we feel like we have better, faster pace than Jared. It's just that whenever we make a silly mistake that we're not supposed to, Jared is right there behind us, ready to pounce and make a move. We're headed to turn 6. You see that wide line that he's always taken, Diego is always taken, but even our line is not completely ideal, so that's where we tend to lose time. And as you can tell with the whole pack, with the strength of field being 1.6K, you can tell that we're still new to this series, most of us, and we're still trying to get a hang of the car. Our average lap pace in the race is around 2 minutes 2 seconds. But the elite people who drive these cars, they average around 2 minutes flat. So driving a GT car and someone is driving the same machinery, even if it's a different brand, and you're 2 seconds off, that just shows how fast and how one they are with the car that you're driving. So Every single one of us in this race has a lot of work to do to get to that point of racing. Headed to turn 15. And we have a better exit, not going too wide, just staying stable. And also, if you do like contents like this, please do not forget, like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell icon. We almost lost the rear end. It felt very unstable just getting off of turn 18, but
sorry, mate.
We still maintain composure and just keep pushing.
201.89.
This turn in turn 4 is a traction corner. You don't have to rush into turning into that corner. You have to make a tight line and make sure that you've turned properly to where you're heading to before you step on the throttle. If you step too early, you're going to lose the rear end. So you really have to make sure that your car is stable before you apply the power. We're really close and putting the pressure on Diego, but he seems to be doing all the right things just to be ahead of us. He's not making major mistakes, so we either keep putting the pressure on him and hope he makes a mistake, or we just have to figure out a way to go make an overtake. We're gaining on him, headed towards Maggots and Beckett's. This is the closest we've ever been, but we slow down because we notice that he slows us down and Maggots and Beckett's when we're really close. This is something I just noticed, and now it's something we're going to put into account if we ever get close to him headed to Maggots and Beckett's. We have to take that into consideration when we're making a move. We have to take that into the things that we've noticed and make sure that we don't make the mistake. Now we have another time penalty, and luckily it's in a place where we can get away with it by just coasting through the turns and saving time. But this is going to give Diego a breather because we won't have him put him under pressure, and now this is going to put us under pressure as we have Jared on our tail trying to make that move. But I am not worried because I still feel a bit confident in the car. I'm not sure if he would be able to make a move by the time we head into turn 4 and 5. But as you can see, heading into turn 5, we already have a good space between us and Jared, so we're not worried. Now let's stop making silly mistakes and start gunning for Diego. As you can see, that wide entrance, that wide entry towards turn 6 is Diego's way of entering that turn, and it can be a weakness if you or me as a driver can capitalize on that and exploit that weakness. But as you can tell, the entire pack, we are all learning how to drive these GT3 cars to its limit because we are 2 seconds off the elite drivers who drive in this series. We're not this as close as we were in the previous lap headed through Maggots and Beckett's, but this is not bad for us because this will help us just at least have a clean lap. But sorry about saying that. Now we go off track.
Another off track.
Keep it tidy, please, Edward.
We're hoping it's going to be a clean lap, but we just ended up jinxing our race and going off track. Headed to turn 16, trying to get a good exit. And just so you guys know, this is a 20-minute race, which averages about 10 laps. So Now I'm looking at the time, and I'm trying to think when would be the best time to overtake Diego if I get the chance. So I'm just gathering all this information about how he drives and where is the best place that we can set ourselves up to make a move. And we're thinking maybe towards the end of the penultimate lap we might make a move, or before, but we're just still reading the race situation, and we lose the rear end just trying to get a better exit off of turn 7. And now that has given Diego a bit of a breather, and we had our heart, I had my heart out in that part of the track, which made me totally scared that I would lose the car and lose the entire points I would gain even from being in P2. But we're able to catch the car and just keep putting on the pressure. And as you can see, despite losing the car, see how much time we gain in Diego going through maggots and beckets, which shows that we have more pace in that section of the track. That was a good exit from us. And we're gaining and gaining on Diego. Are we going to make a move headed to turn 1?
You've just done a
No, we
202,
just hang by
117.
behind him, hoping that he'll make a mistake, because turn 1 isn't an ideal place to make a move. So we'll just stay behind him and still. He makes a mistake. Now, are we going to make a move? No, we think better of it, because headed towards turn 4 is a traction turn, and if you push for an outlandish move, you're most likely going to lose the rear end of the car and lose multiple positions. You see that wide line?
That's 5 minutes to
And
go.
he closes the door right at the last minute. But this is the closest we've been behind Diego headed to after turn 7. We're headed to Corpse, and we're staying close to Diego. This is the closest we've ever been to Diego, and now we're headed towards Maggots and Beckets. Are we going to be able to stay close enough to capitalize on making a move? We're staying close. Now we're headed to the hangar straight. He's going defensive, which means that he's feeling the pressure. And so now, headed into turn 15, we have a good exit. And we're thinking, should we make the move or not? Should we make the move? We're thinking, and last minute we bailed out of thinking of making the move, which made us slow down. We slowed down not enough, which made us bump into the back of Diego's car.
Sorry about that.
And as a sportsman that I am, I have to apologize for something that I didn't intend on doing. So now this is 16 minutes into the race. We know that this is the lap where we have to make the move. If we don't make that move in this lap and we make a mistake, as we've been doing in other laps, there's a high chance that Diego wins the race and we finish in P2. So it's all for the win on this lap. This is the penultimate lap, and we're going to do our best to stay as close to Diego. The goal is to make a move in turn 16. So we're already thinking way ahead and just trying to make that move in turn 16. But the only way we could do it is make sure that in every single turn we're having proper exits and keeping close to Diego. Now we're heading to Corpse, and we're doing our best to stay close to Diego. Now we noticed in previous laps that he slows us down in Maggots and Becca, so we're going to brake early in the first section of Maggots so that we can have more speed heading into Beckett's. Through Chapel, and we're close. He goes defensive and we just stay in our line because we know what the plan is. Make him feel like we're not going for the move, but now we're getting closer. Are we going to make the move in this turn? We're close, we're close, we're close. Are we taking right or left? We stay on the left. Diego tries to pinch us, but we stick to it. Did we touch car contact? And we make the move stick. On the last turn, on the penultimate corner, we took, on the penultimate lap, we took the lead of the race. Now watch a replay. We're trying to watch to see if we actually had a contact or hit Diego out the road. In this part of the track, you really don't, in this part of the replay, you don't see much. It seems like it's a clean move because the body language of his car doesn't look like we hit him. Let's look at a different angle. At this point, we're out of the picture of the frame, but you would see where we're gaining on Diego, and this is the first time we bump into his car, but he still maintains composure. And at this part, you can see Diego brakes late, even though it seems that we touched a little bit, but it's not enough for me to have pushed him off of the racing line. It might be, but currently, if you look at it from different angles, the touch was way too little. This angle should be the best to let us know if we hit him or not. We tapped him in the back. It wasn't intentional. But at this point, we're making the turn. Oh yes, it seems that we touched the back of his car that made him not have the best exit. But watching his onboard, his cockpit view, let's see what his steering language is. You see how he pinches us in the left so that we don't make the move, but he doesn't slow down as he's supposed to. So even if I touched him a little bit, I'm not sure that he would have still be able to make that turn as he's supposed to. Now we're leading the race and we have Diego behind us and Jared right behind Diego. It's still all for nothing because in races anything can happen. This is the last lap and this is where heartbeats are rising, and most times you're not braking the way you're supposed to brake. You're not slowing the car the way you're supposed to slow down because there's so much at stake. So this is the part that's the most important part of the race, is the last lap where you have to maintain composure and just drive as if you're not under pressure, but still be aware that you're under pressure. Now we're headed through Corpse with Diego right behind us, but we seem to be safe, but nothing is too safe in racing, especially when the gap between P1 and P2 is just under 3/10. Headed through Maggots and Beckett's. We exit Chapel. We go defensive because we don't want to give Diego the streamline to think of making a dive bomb towards the end of the lap. Going through turn 15, we don't go wide so we don't have the slowdown. And now we're slowing down towards turn 16. Do we have a good exit? Yes. And do we... Yes, a good exit. Now we're headed to this checkered flag, to the start-finish straight, and we win! Woo! We win
Well done, Edward.
the Silverstone Grand Prix for the FANATEC GT3 Challenge. Let's see the damage. Pray for me. So for the race, yeah, I don't know why I'm celebrating, but it's literally means that, you know, we all want the safety rating. The strength of field was 1689, which is typical of the strength of field I find myself around. But one thing is, we always get happy when our ratings go up, but you fail to realize that the higher you go, the bigger the challenge. So when you're driving, if I go for a different race or another race, it's going to be a higher strength of field, because, you know, my own strength of field has gone up as well. So, but it's one of the things that we're happy about, and we're like, oh man, but it's gonna get harder, but which is part of the journey, and I enjoy it. So let's look for the biggest gain in this race. Is the biggest gain was actually me. I gained an I rating of 92 points and a safety rating of 0.09. And but the person who gained the most safety ratings in the entire race is let's see, I saw it 15. Yes, it's, how do I say this? Atakan, USA, Pennsylvania. Atakan got like 15 safety ratings, and 0.15 safety ratings and 32 I rating. And the loser in terms of safety rating was Justin Blocker, who had -26 safety rating, and as you can tell from his incident points, he had 13 of them. And he also, I don't know if he lost the most in terms of I rating. Let's look, 82. Yes, he lost the most I rating as well compared to the entire field. So this was a good start for the season for us. We started P2 and finished P1. It was we knew that we had to make that move in the penultimate lap, because I figured out where we had, hold on, let me switch this a little bit, but you guys can look at this. But I figured out where we had more pace than Diego, who I applaud him for the move, because when I went on the inside, there are so many drivers who would just close the door and don't care if we crash. But I was well in this space for him not to close me in, and he did a good job of, giving me car's width and going around the outside. And if I had taken the turn and didn't have enough traction, he probably would have taken back the lead. But I applaud the driver. These are drivers that make you enjoy sim racing, in my own opinion. I truly enjoyed the race. Let's just go to the calendar so you guys would just have a big idea of, sorry, I minimized this, so that you guys have a huge idea of what the whole season is like. There are pretty much some tracks that I have not, there are tracks that I have not bought yet, but I'm definitely going to buy those tracks. But you guys watch the AI race, which is just like a prep race for the main race, which is with these guys. And I was driving horribly, but for some reason I was able to maintain or do 2-minute ones in the race, and repeat that lap 1 or 2 times. But let me know also in the comment section what your thoughts are about the Gomez Sim Industries livery. I am thinking, I have seen their wheels, or his wheels. If it's one person, I've checked the Instagram page, and the wheels are actually beautiful. And my FANATEC, I've had it for quite a while, and you could I usually add so much pressure on the wheels when I'm racing, and now it's beginning to give, and it's literally saying, hey, get yourself a different wheel. But I'm definitely going to manage it for a while until I'm ready to get another wheel, probably from Gomez Sim Industries, because if I'm enjoying their livery and I see the work that they do with the steering wheels, I probably might get it. It's expensive, but it's definitely something I would like to get. So let's go to the schedule and show you guys what you guys will be expecting in the coming weeks. So we just finished with Silverstone, and next up is a 13-week. This is different because I think iRacing usually has 12 weeks, but this is 13 weeks, and we have tracks that I've never driven in. Autodromo, I don't know, is it Autodromo Nacional Monza, that's Monza. I'm just not gonna kill myself, and I don't know how you say this. Circuit de 24, is it Jerez de Mans? I don't know what I'm saying. And Indianapolis Motor Speedway is one of them. Circuit de Barcelona Catalunya, Spanish, which is I know as Spanish Grand Prix in Formula One, is a track I've not actually. I don't think I have raced in iRacing in the track, but I've done it in the Formula One game. Autodromo Jose Carlos Pace, I don't know if I have driven this track. I think I own it, but I don't think I've. What am I looking at? Interlagos? Oh, it's Brazil. It's Brazil! Sorry, my bad. Oh, I'm showing you guys all this stuff and you guys are not seeing what I'm I'm so sorry. This is what I've been talking about. Please forgive me. Forgive me. In fact, I'm going to leave this part of the video so you guys will laugh at my lack of preparation. That's what I'm going to call it. So, like I said, Monza, Jerez, Dumont, and Indianapolis Motor Speedway, Circuit de Barcelona Catalunya, the historic Interlagos, Circuit Giovanni. See, I'm going to tell you guys something. I'm African. My first language is even English. I have a language called Igbo, which is a completely different language that has a different way of pronouncing words. So for me to be able to even actually speak English properly, where we have education, where we learn English and all that, but I mean, pronouncing all these tracks that aren't English, I'm trying. Red Bull Ring, which is one of cool tracks, never driven it on iRacing. As you can see, most of these tracks, I have to buy them. Watkins Glen is one of my favorite tracks, and hopefully one day I will get to go to Watkins Glen in real life and just witness a race there and just enjoy the experience. And then we have Fuji International Speedway, we have Sebring International Raceway, WeatherTech Raceway at Laguna Seca, which is going to be fun, and finally Circuit de Spa Francorchamps, which is one track that I really love, and it will be a very good way to end the season for iRacing. So let me know what you guys think. For now, I will be focused on driving the I'll be focused on driving the Corvette Z06 GT3R because it's American. That's one reason. Secondly is mid-engine, and the handling is so much better. I tried the Ford Mustang GT3 in Spa and it was horrible. Extremely horrible. Not extremely horrible. It was a couple of tenths off the pace from the Corvette, but I felt more confident driving the Corvette than the Ford Mustang. It was a bit tail happy, simply because when you think about it, the engine is in the front, so when you're going out of low speed corners and you're trying to step on the gas, because there's no weight or that much weight in the back of the on the rear of the car, you have less grip. But with the Corvette, because it's mid-engine, it's kind of balanced. If you let off the gas, it pivots and you get turned to the direction you want to go to, and then when you step on the gas, you get better traction compared to the Ford Mustang. So the driving dynamics for the two are completely different. You have to approach the Ford Mustang differently than you would approach the Corvette Z06. And for me as a driver, I'm more comfortable with the driving style needed to extract the limit or the full potential of the Corvette. That's pretty much all I have to say. I think the Lamborghini and the Ferrari should have better handling, but from the fastest lap times I've seen, most people have posted those lap times comfortably with the Lamborghini. So I think maybe it might handle better in this track. There are other cars that I don't have, so I cannot tell how they handle, but yeah. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm sorry for the long explanation, but I felt like this is something I needed to just let you guys know. I was, let you guys know. I'm pretty sure I told you guys in the intro as well, but this is something I just wanted to let you know what my full focus is going to be on in this series. But in two things, I keep forgetting some things I'm supposed to say, but the main goal for my two main goals for this season is to go up in my I rating and also go up in my license. If I'm able to hit 3K, beautiful. I'll be happy to hit 3K and keep driving with drivers with those kind of rating as well. So that's pretty much my goal, and you guys are just going to join me in the journey and enjoy it. And let me just know your thoughts in the video. If you do like the what's it called, the voiceover format of doing the race instead of talking too much, which is something I don't like to do when I'm racing. But let me know what you guys think. If you do like it, let me know in the comment section. If you prefer just watching the race and having me comment while I'm driving, while I work on that, let me just know what you guys prefer, because this content is definitely for you guys, for your entertainment. And also, if you learn something from how I drive, that's fine. I feel like, yeah, but that's pretty much it. Thank you guys for watching, and as always guys, until next time, not as always, until next time, peace.